Hello everyone. Welcome to Velotio Tech Shop. My name is Azharuddin. I am a part of Velotio software development team. Today, I am excited to talk about Material 3 key changes in Flutter. Next evolution of material design introduced by Google. So let's get started. Today's agenda is what's new in Material Design 3 for Flutter, key changes in Material 3, migrating from Material 2 to Material 3. At last, we'll also have a small demo. So let's see one by one. First, let's take a look at what's new in Material 3 design. We will explore the revamped typography, improved color scheme, bunch of new material widgets, wider range of shapes. These updates provide Flutter developer with seamless and consistent design experience across multiple platforms. Now let's dive into the key changes introduced by Material 3 in Flutter. We will discuss dynamic color, typography, shapes, and elevation, and explore how these changes enhance the app development process. One of the notable features of Material 3 is dynamic color. This feature allows developers to apply consistent color throughout their apps by leveraging tools like Material Theme Builder, Web App, or Figma plugin. Developers can visualize and create custom color schemes based on given seed color. The dynamic color system ensures that the color from the different tone palettes are applied consistently across the UI, resulting in harmonious visual experiences. Typography. Material 3 simplifies typography by categorizing into 5 categories: display, headline, title, body, and label. This categorization make it easier to use different sizes within each group, catering to devices with varying screen sizes. The scaling of typography has also become consistent across the group, offering more streamlined and cohesive approach to implementing typography in Flutter apps. Next, let's talk about shapes. Material 3 introduces wider range of shapes, including squared, rounded, and rounded rectangular shape. Circular elements like floating action button have now transitioned to a rounded rectangular shape. Widgets such as card, dialog, and bottom sheet also have adopted more rounded appearance in Material 3. These shapes enhancements give developer more flexibility in designing visually appealing and modern looking UI or user interface. Finally, let's talk about the key changes of, let's explore the key changes in the elevation. In Material Design 2, elevated components had shadow that varied based on their elevation values. Material 3 takes this a step further by introducing the surface tint color property. This property applies a color to surface of elevated component with the intensity varying based on the elevation value. By incorporating surface tint color, elevated component remain visually distinguishable even without shadow, resulting in more polished and consistent UI. Migrating from Material 2 to Material 3. To migrate from Material 2 to Material 3 in your Flutter app, make sure to enable the user property, user Material 3 property in the theme data class by setting it to true. Now let's see how we can use Material 3 in Flutter app. I'll walk you through an example app that demonstrates the key changes in Material 3 regarding dynamic color, typography, shapes, and elevation. This is a simple app, simple counter app, where default it is a Material 3. You can see the simulator. Now we're going to change this into Material 3. So inside theme data, there is a property called user Material 3. Make sure to enable it. And I'm just going to hot reload. You can see the app bar tint color as well as the shape of the floating action button have got changed. Now let's give a dynamic color to the application. So to give a dynamic color, make sure to remove or else comment the primary swatch, and there is a property called color scheme C. Make sure to give a color to it. So this will give a consistent color across the application relevant to this green color. Now let's hot reload. You can see it got converted to green color, even as well as the tint as well as the background respective to the color of green. Now Let's go to the app bar and we can work into the other property, other changes like elevation. Let's give a value to the elevation like 4.0. Now let's hot reload it. You can see the application, the elevation surface tint color as elevated bit more. You can also change the surface tint color by giving a value to the surface tint color property, colors dot something like amber. Now if I hot reload it, you can see the color got changed. There as well, we're going to talk about shapes or else typography. Typography, we're going to change this Flutter style, the app bar text style, to a different Uli theme material. Inside style, make sure to use theme of context. Inside that, you can see there is a property like text theme. Inside that, you can use something like headline small. If you want to use it for web or else desktop, use it large. For tablet, use it medium, and for mobile devices, use it small. Just going to reload it. You can see the font has changed. This is about typography. Next, let's talk about the shapes. You can see the shape of floating action button. Default shape was rounded button. Now we can see rounded corner button. It's not fully round. That's it for example. In conclusion, Material 3 represents a significant update to material design system in Flutter, offering developers a more streamlined and consistent approach to app design. Dynamic color features allows the application's consistent color across the UI, while simplified typography and elevation as well as shape. That's it for today's Tech Shot. Thank you.